This chapter is called Recovering a Sense of Abundance. So the beginning of this chapter starts by talking about the relationship conceptually that people have between God and money. This kind of perception that God does not get involved in economic affairs. I've spoken on this channel before about religion and how it can block some writers that don't necessarily share the same cultural background. I would say, again, remember to retexture it in your own understanding. Even though it is about God and Julia Cameron's concept of God, we don't necessarily need to take that for ourselves. What is really important in this chapter is the integration of whatever it is that we find spiritual in our lives with our experience of the material. We all need to eat. We all need shelter. There are some things that money can bring us. There's no reason why our spiritual understanding of the world around us needs to be entirely separate from our economic one. It does seem useful to integrate the two halves, but we are very uncomfortable with doing so. Creativity and spirituality are intrinsically linked, as is money and your ability to fund your creative journey. So a part of this investigation of our relationship between our spirituality and our sense of abundance is luxury. How do we explore luxuries in an economically viable way? What I have felt reading this chapter and writing my morning pages and reflecting on the ideas in it is that I don't necessarily need as much money as I think I do to enjoy the things that I enjoy. Sometimes very simple luxuries can mean a lot to me, like paying a little bit more for a delicious coffee rather than the cheapest coffee makes a huge difference for me. I really have a sense of gratitude for a well-made coffee in a beautiful setting. It's not about the caffeine that brings me a huge sense of spiritual uplift. And it's so simple and so easy. I can rework the idea in my mind that I'm spending too much for just some caffeine that I can get for free at my work's coffee machine into I am paying for a beautiful experience that brings me a sense of enjoyment, luxury, pleasure, and then that enjoyment, luxury, and pleasure flows out of me into my creative work. And it was so easy, and for an effect that size, rather than just a hit of caffeine, it's definitely worth the little bit extra. I'm not paying for a coffee anymore. I'm paying for a flow. And for you, it might be something different. And maybe for you, it's actually something you don't need to pay for. You just sit in a park and that's enough for you. Equally, I have these kind of big dreams and aspirations, and in the chapter I'm asked to investigate what I think money would bring me if I had more of it. And I start to realize maybe I don't need money to get those things. I keep thinking that I need money to travel, and I need money to go and visit these faraway dance companies that I would love to meet but can't afford to just go and stay with them. But, I could write to them. There might be someone who's willing to house me. I can freeload. I can pay a little bit of money and just kind of cook for them and clean for them, and that makes up for it. There's so many ways that I could do those things without being as rich as I imagine myself having to be in order to get them done. I don't think I need to talk about anything else. I think that's the most important thing. Next week, we'll be delving into recovering a sense of connection. I hope that you are finding the series helpful. Take care, listen to your bodies. I'll see you next time.